And it is the 27th day of March 2025. A very good morning from wherever you are joining us this morning. A beautiful Thursday morning, cold as it may be. We're going to warm you up by having this beautiful discussion on matters relationship, the influence or impact of friends when it comes to relationship, more so your marriage. So join me and get interactive with us by sending any SMS, text, questions that you may have, comments or compliments on 20316. That's our SMS line, or 0786316316, just to be part of this beautiful conversation with an amazing couple, the Wekesas, that I'm hosting this morning. Karibuni sana. Pastors, and coincident, both of you are pastors. Yes. So karibuni sana. I'll start with Our Lady.
Thank you. Wow, what a beautiful morning. My name is Ruth Wekesa. I am born again, an administrator. Okay, first of all, I'm a wife, a mother, an administrator, a worship leader, a pastor.
Fantastic.
And I'm so glad to be here.
Karibu sana. Sijui kama nitapata muda utaimba kidogo. Pastor Wekesa.
Thank you so much, Sally. It's a blessing to be here this morning. Yes, I am Silas Wekesa, and I love the Lord. Yes, married to Ruth. With 2 kids, Jewel and Ruby.
Wow.
Yes, 14 years now in marriage.
Amazing.
And I'm a pastor.
Amazing.
I'm also a musician, and I love the Lord.
Yani you guys hivi tu mkakutana wanamuziki wawili. Sijui kama mtaimba kapambio kidogo. So let's see how the conversation goes, then we'll bring that in. And anyway, to start us off, let's just start the conversation, Ruth, and I'll start with you.
Yes.
How you said, Pastor, you've been married for 14 years. We're talking about friends, the impact of friends in marriages. Do you have any close friends, like the two of you share in the 14 years that you've been married?
Yeah, we've had many friends, and we still have many friends. Most of them are married couples, although we also have singles, but they are not as many as the married couples, because since we got married, we had to shift. I guess naturally you shift. You want to be with the like-minded to learn from them. We have older people who are our friends, younger people who are friends, but we have many friends. People who have kids, people who don't have kids. I guess it's all around.
It's all around. You're surrounded by different types of friends.
Yes.
But you're going ahead of my questions. Pastor Silas, when you hear the word friend, what do you think, or what do you describe a friend to be? Who is a friend to you? What would you say? Whom do you call a friend?
To me, a friend is someone who is ready to lay down their lives, or they can lay down their lives for you. They can associate with you even in your worst. Yes.
Wow, that's deep. Someone who can lay their lives down for you.
Yes, even when you are going through difficulties. Because not everyone can be there in your ugly moments.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
Many friends or many people, they would like to associate with you when you are doing well.
Yeah.
Yes, when you are doing well. But when things are not okay, they don't want that association. Yes.
Yeah.
They betray you.
They betray you.
Jesus was betrayed.
With some of the closest people to him, actually.
With some of the closest people to him. They say, no, that guy, we don't know him. I don't know him. And sometimes it reaches to that point where people, they don't want to associate with you when things are not okay.
That's true.
Yeah, so for me, a friend is someone who is ready to lay their life for you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Pastor Ruth, what is the role of these friends that you've talked about? They've surrounded you from all walks of life. What is their role in your marriage as a couple?
Their role in our marriage is, first of all, we are very careful, prayer-free.
Okay.
Ask God, as in we have always asked God for the best. Because God knows people. Just like my husband said, you may have people who are not really friends until you're in a crisis and you don't know what to do. And now you will know, oh, this one was a friend, this one was just passing by. So their role has been so much of encouraging,
Okay.
being there for us when we are down, positive and building, and would say counsel.
Right.
The Bible says, do not walk in the counsel of the wicked. So we are always careful not to walk in the counsel or in the friendship of those who do not know the Lord. But most of them have built us. They have helped us counsel, like when there is conflict.
Yeah.
They're able to tell us, no, you can't go this way, especially the older ones. That they are like, these things you're going through, we have gone through them.
Yeah.
We're able to open up to them. On the other side of the godly kind of life,
Right.
they're able to tell us, no, spiritually you can grow, you can become this. They challenge us, raising children.
Okay.
So they have really influenced us in many ways.
Okay.
And even for us to be here, it's through friends
Okay.
that we are even here.
Okay.
So they have played a very big role to help us become.
Okay.
Some of them have even challenged us to go back to school. They're like, they look at you and they're like, no, go back to school, you can become. They're able to point out
Yeah.
the abilities in us and tell us, no, this we see this ability in you. You can perfect it.
Okay.
They are the friends who have connected us into very different places. Friends are important and they have played a very big role
Okay.
in our lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pastor Silas, I can see you agreeing to it. Do you have
Yes.
something to add to that?
Yeah, friends are very, very important. And the Bible says that you choose your friends wisely.
Yeah.
It's good to choose your friends wisely. And something that I can also add, a friend is someone who can rebuke you.
Yes.
So your attitude towards rebuke should be very positive.
Okay.
Because there are people who, when they are rebuked, they are very negative. And they take it negatively.
Very negatively.
And now they say, now that cannot be my friend. But maybe your friend, there is something he sees that you are not seeing.
True.
And he wants to help you to come out
Okay.
a better person.
Right.
So a friend should not fear you. Yes.
They rebuke you in love.
In love. They rebuke you in love.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we think friendship is when we're just laughing. And someone, you see, you can be laughing with people, but they're not telling you the truth.
True. Yeah.
They are seeing you're crumbling.
Yeah.
They are seeing maybe your marriage is not on the right track. But actually, it's like they are waiting for you to make a mistake so that they go and discuss.
Of course.
Yes.
And sometimes you even find, like, the financial aspect of it, for example.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are just this giver,
Yes.
and then I come to you, but see, you guys, please, and you give me.
Yes.
And another one, and you give. By the end of the day, what do they say? Na vile walikuwa wanajifanya wako na pesa.
Yes.
Instead of probably even correcting you, like, Pasi, now, limit this, you know. Yeah, so what you're saying, I think I would tend to agree with that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes. So it's very good for you to be careful when you are choosing your friends.
Right.
Because it's like anyone that you bring closer, they induce you, they transfer something to you.
True.
So they transfer values, they transfer their behaviors.
Yes.
If they are liars, with time, you begin lying even to your spouse.
Right. Right.
Yes. So you need to be very, very careful
Okay.
whom you are allowing to.
Okay.
And what I could also encourage as a couple, it's very, very good for you to know you are the friends of the other partner. Yes.
Actually, it's a question I was coming to. And
Yes.
again, what you've just said is, show me your friends, I tell you who you are. So if you work with a liar,
Yes.
you are bound to be one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would also add and say, even atmospheres, just to add.
Yes.
There are homes you'll go to, they're your friends, but you get into the wrong atmosphere. You are this prayerful person, your prayer life goes down. You are this person committed to work, you just, the atmosphere,
Yes.
what surrounds you. So just to add to what you were saying, you have to be very careful.
There's transfer of energy
Oh,
and
yeah.
spirits.
Oh yeah, even for your children. Just the other day we were discussing somewhere, and one of us asked, do you have a friend whom you can leave your children with for even a month, and they cannot even ask for anything. They take care of them, and you know they are safe.
Yeah.
So these things are very, very, and they will take care of them and make sure the values are correct. You'll find your kid
intact as you left them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to support what you were saying, even atmospheres, even values, everything can be transferred.
Okay.
So you have to be very careful with who are you working with. Who is that telling you what you are, how to live your life?
Okay.
Even in church.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I add something?
Absolutely.
Your friends reveals actually who you are, because there is a way you gravitate towards people that thinks like you. So if you find yourself in a companion of this person separated, this one separated, give yourself time.
You'll be the third separated. Yeah.
Yes, because it reveals who you are. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, work out on your character. Check on your character.
Yeah.
Become that person that God will be pleased even to work through. Because I believe marriage is a mission. Your marriage should be a mission.
Right.
Marriage, because you're bringing godly offspring. There are so many people that are looking up to you. So when you don't grow yourself, even as a couple, you realize you will be influenced by anyone.
True.
Yes, because you don't have values.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Pastor Ruth, when you, after you got married, has it happened to you that you had to change your social cycle, you know, like you shed off some friends because now you're not walking the same way? Has it happened to you?
Oh yeah, it did. And I guess, is it automatic or I don't know, because now this is a new chapter.
Oh yeah.
And now, and you have now to stop living as a single person. The mindset must change.
Okay.
Because you're used to go to places without asking for permission. You come in late, you don't have to cook. When you're single, there's so many things that happen.
True.
You can go out there and have just snack and whatever. But now you're a married person. You have also, there are so many things that happen in marriage that will not allow you to work with the singles.
Okay.
Because especially the first 2 years of marriage are usually the bonding years.
Okay.
So if you're not careful, you still go back to the old life of being single, you will affect your partner. Those are days where you're supposed to be honeymooning. Honeymooning meaning that I'm learning who my partner is. So I had to shed off the single friends I had. I guess automatically, because now I have a new person to take care of, to learn from, and I'm looking forward to the new life.
Okay.
Though not all of them, but the time I used to spend with them really changed.
Okay.
It reduced. I had to be home early. I have someone to wash their clothes, iron, do this, cook, whatever. And also learn also to be a wife. Because I'm no longer a single girl. Yes, so I had to associate myself now to look for more married women who have values and who take marriage positively, to learn from them and now know how to be a virtuous woman, a virtuous wife.
Right.
Yeah.
But have you brought them back to your circle? Like, do you have single friends then?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do, but they're not as close as they were at that time. Most of them will come for counsel. Most of them will come near me for counsel and for other things. But we don't discuss my marriage with them.
Yeah.
It's a no. I can only tell them when you get here, this and this happens, but not the issues of my house. But
No, go ahead.
Yeah, but I strive to be someone they can look up to. Someone they can come ask questions. That is what keep bringing them back.
Okay.
Because now I may not go for those parties. I am not there for occasions, especially when the children comes and all those things that they go for. Actually, you mature, you get into another stage of maturity.
Yes.
But they're still there. They come. Even now, who are even
still
very young. Yeah.
Okay.
They come for counsel. And also, because obviously, as I have said, they look up.
Yeah, now that you're married, you're in a different space altogether.
Yeah.
But there's something that you've said, and I find it to be very important.
Yes.
But lately, even when you look at the socials, Pastor Silas, you find that we're out there and we're just blabbering about our marriages, you know. And what Pastor Ruth is saying, that she doesn't discuss her marriage issues with them. How important do you think that is when it comes to relationships?
Yes, it is very, very important. Because number one, you need to understand that marriage, it's an institution where people become one. You become one.
Yeah.
So when you're discussing your spouse, it's like you're just talking about yourself.
Right.
So, because sometimes there are people who think, okay, or maybe you're in conflict with your partner, and you think by maybe saying things negatively so that you appear good and your partner appears bad, without you knowing that after saying that, that person that you've talked to, they will view you very differently.
Right.
They will view very differently. Because at the end of the day, you'll go back in that house. You'll go back, that person that you are really disregarding, you will still go back to that person. So sometimes it's very, very important for you to know that a marriage is a institution and it's a union that you need to guard. And one of the things that really destroys marriage is familiarity.
Yeah.
You become very familiar with your partner. Unaona tu, this person maybe they don't have anywhere to go. We are already married, so you are joking around.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's amazing. I don't know whether I can call it amazing. The more you are in conflict with your partner outside there, you find the opposite sex appreciating you.
What she terms as negative, to them it's positive.
It's positive. And it has ruined so many marriages. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, like I think what I'm hearing is what people don't know, they will not be able to hurt or damage it.
Yes, yes.
So privacy is quite important.
Yes, so as a couple, it's good for you to have boundaries and always communicate. Communicate as a couple. Keep on communicating.
Yeah. I think nyinyi mko na leakage ya maswali yale nilikuwa naenda kuuliza. Na sasa itabidi tumalize hii show. Anyway, Percy, you've talked about conflict.
Yes.
And I just want to know, Pastor Ruth, when you have conflict, do you involve friends? Do you involve people who are close to you? Because you said you even have elderly couples, you know? Do you involve them to just come and help you probably resolve your issues?
Not many times, because we have learned to solve our conflict before it gets out there. We have learned to solve our own conflicts.
Yeah.
But when it is maybe when it is beyond us, maybe wisdom wise, we're able to go to them and say what you do. Say we don't even go saying my husband what, my wife what. No, we were like, if you're in this situation, what would you do?
Okay. Because
you also have to cover your partner. You also have to cover your partner because sometimes you're not sure what the other, just like my husband has said, the other person takes of them until the conflict come. And maybe they'll go out, they are saying, oh, they say. So you come up with it like, if you're in such a situation, you bring in, we have always brought it like it was another person's situation. And then you'll get wisdom. And they will say, you would advise them A, B, C, D. But we have come into a place of where we are able to cover one another, because as he said, you have become one.
You're one.
So we are careful what we say, but they are there, and they are wise people. We have to look into their lives, and we have looked into their lives, and we are like, this one, we can ask them.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
is a no, depending on how they live together.
Okay.
Not only church, you know, most of the time for us we're in church, but beyond church, how is their home?
Yeah.
How have they raised their children?
Yes.
So we have to look into so many things, because also we have to keep the boundaries, because you realize there are people you will tell thinking they can be trusted, and you realize, oh no, they'll go preach and say, and a couple was, and you're like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So trusted people nowadays are not many, but when we find one, we keep them.
Okay.
People who still value marriage
Right.
as a great thing are not many, but when we find them, we keep them.
You treasure them.
We treasure them. So most of the time, we will go to them.
Okay.
And we have found wisdom. We have found wisdom to keep us together, because there is always someone who have gone ahead of you and have done what you are doing now. And we have found wisdom in older couples, yes.
You're both marriage counselors, right?
Yeah.
Do you speak to couples?
Yes,
Yes, we
to
Yes.
couples?
Yes, we
isn't
do.
it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and what probably, because we're just about to take a break, Pastor Silas, then what would be your advice to people who just are out here on the socials and they're talking about, inaitwanga kuanikana in the social media? We come and just, air our dirty linen in public. What would be your advice to such people?
I would advise them, first of all, to really understand who they are.
Yes.
Number two, they need to strengthen their friendship.
Okay.
Their friendship should come first. They should work on their friendship.
Yeah.
Because it means then they are not friends. So your spouse should, number one, be your friend.
Yeah.
You should not be just there existing to pay bills. It's like you're just coming, paying bills, but you are not friends. There is no connection. So when you are exposing your partner, you're exposing yourself.
Right.
Yes, because you are one.
Okay.
You're one. And those people that you think, because sometimes you might think that kule nje or the other people, how sasa ndio afadhali. You'd rather work on what you have and make it, because you don't know on the other side what is making that marriage to be the way it is. Yes. So don't expose your partner.
Okay.
Na ujue huyo ni huyo Mungu alikupatia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So work on yourselves.
Okay.
Na msiogopane. Don't fear. Ati when I talk to my partner, because sometimes there is that fear. Yes. So please don't expose your partner. You're exposing yourself.
Okay.
Yes, because even Jesus, Jesus loved us unconditionally.
Right.
With our weaknesses and one. Yes. So love one another unconditionally. There is no perfect person.
Yeah.
It is God who makes us perfect. Yes.
So what I'm hearing again is water your own grass hapa.
Water
Ikue
your own-
green.
ikue green.
Usichungulie kwa jirani useme ayayaya wacha niende huko. Stay within your compound and water that.
And water that.
Okay.
Yes. It is very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes unaweza sema hiyo kapo anakaa vizuri until you discover things that they don't see. And utapata maybe hata kwako kuko afadhali. And some of them they might even wish
Okay.
you found yourself in a crisis so that they have something to talk about.
talk about.
Yes, so that they wanasema even them they are going through what we've been going.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
wanatafuta a companion.
Yes, in their misery.
Yes.
I love that, and we're going to just end it there for now as we
Yes.
take our first break. Remember to keep engaging us on our socials. 20316 is our SMS line. 0786 316 316 is our WhatsApp line. And thank you so much for the feedback that I'm already seeing online. Keep them coming, and we'll be right back after this break with the beautiful couple, the Wekesas.
We are living in a lost and broken world, constantly bombarded by messages of hate and atrocities. But with God, we can overcome. Find hope and restoration on the go through life-changing shows on the Family Media app.
And then you will lose yourself and gain the world. And Jesus said, what good is it?
Get to stream Family TV and Family Radio 316 straight from your phone. Catch up on a show you missed or create video streaming playlists by saving and watching videos from our huge variety of shows at your own convenience. Download the Family Media app, available for all Android and iOS users on the Google Play Store and Apple Store respectively. Family Media, keeping Jesus on the airwaves.
Oh, what a beautiful conversation we are having here. Even during the break, we're just engaging in some beautiful, tips and insights with the Wekesas. Welcome back to Relationship Clinic this Thursday morning. And before we continue getting back into our conversation, I'm going to read there's a comment here. Good morning, Sally. Glad to see Pastor Ruth on the show. She's a lady with a golden and godly heart, just as soft as she speaks. That's exactly her nature. So kind, so motherly and understanding. God bless you for the times you shared at Blessed House, Thika Road. Pastor Ruth, that's a compliment to you. And of course, the compliment overflows to Pastor Wekesa because bila yeye, kuna hizo attributes that motherly, understanding, kind. Najua ame play a role in that.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, now we're talking about friends. So back to our conversation, Pastor. Sometimes, you find, Pastor Silas, that Pastor Ruth has friends. And maybe you don't approve of them, even if it's not her, a couple.
Yeah.
And the spouse has a friend that you don't approve of as the husband or the wife. How do you go about such a situation without hurting the other person?
Yeah, I think that is a very good observation and question, because sometimes you can feel that there is a way when you are married to someone, you have a feeling that no, that person, and when you're born again, it's like the Holy Spirit is just helping you to see that person is not right. And one of the things that we've tried to work out with my wife is to have an open mind and very positive attitude when it comes to maybe making an observation.
Yes.
Because sometimes I feel there is a challenge where people is like, no, please don't touch that. That is my friend. And you realize it's very, very good for you to create a space where your partner can openly talk to you, because sometimes you can put a wall. You can put a wall. No, don't. And sometimes you want to know, okay, because kuna mahali you realize you can see the effects in your relationship, because unaona there are some things that your partner has changed.
Right.
So you can start feeling the impact, and you now realize now there is something that I need to address it, because this is not like now, this is not the Ruth that I know. This is not the Ruth that I know.
Yeah.
Or this is not the Wekesa I know. Something has changed.
There's a shift.
There is a shift. So what I can say, it is good to have an open mind and a very positive attitude when it comes to maybe a rebuke or a question. And especially men, they fear to be asked. They fear questions. When they hear, let's talk.
In panic mode.
Let's talk. Yeah. You'd rather use another way of initiating that conversation, but don't say, I want us to talk.
Okay.
Tonight we are having a conversation. I'm telling you, atakuja kama mmelala. Because the things that maybe you want to address, they are very crucial, and they predict your future.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to guard your future and where you're going.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you said a positive attitude
Yes.
and also the way you just communicate to the other person
Yes,
will
yes.
help them, you know, at
Yes.
least understand ama ajifungue, open to you and
Yes.
accept what you're giving them as advice.
Yes.
You know, Pastor Silas, Pastor Ruth, Pastor Silas had talked about boundaries. He just mentioned it, you know, ile kupitia tu. But what are some, or how do you create boundaries with your friends? Because, you know, sometimes you may be at home, probably on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And you're from church, mmehubiri, you're back to just relax. And mimi salilimu natoka huko, sijapiga simu, sijauliza, you know, for me, I normally find that to be a bit intrusive. Call me and let me know. So I don't know how you set boundaries on so many other issues when it comes to friendship and, you know, your marriage.
Yeah, boundaries are there. You don't come to our house without calling. It is also discipline. Because those people could be relaxing, those people could be out of the house and all that. So we have set boundaries in such a way that we have let people know that we respect our partners, we respect our house. We don't have sleepovers in our house. People coming for sleepovers, we are very careful with that.
Wow.
Because when people come to your house, even for sleepovers and all that, they carry an atmosphere. Not everybody is as clean as you are. They will affect even your children.
Okay.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
That's it, spiritually, value-wise. So we have set boundaries not only in our house, even in our car.
Wow.
Yeah, anywhere. Even in our conversation, even in calls. Boundaries in such a way that the men, you know, we are in business sometimes and we are in different places. But the men who know me, I will make sure my husband knows them and understands this is, I introduced them. This is who and who, their name, and this is what they do. And this is where they are in my life.
Yes.
So that he has also security.
Yes.
He knows who this person is.
Right.
I'm able to introduce, even the phones. We are able to set those, they are not, okay, for now, for this one I would say there are those boundaries for friends, there are those boundaries for us.
Yes.
But for phone, like for phones, he knows my password. He's able to go into my password and check who is this, whoever. He's able to ask even questions.
Yeah.
And those people, I'm able to tell them, this is my husband. He can ask questions.
Yes.
He can do this. And there are things we discuss with them, but there are those which we do not.
Okay.
No, there are things we will not discuss with them about my family, about my husband, about my house. That is a no-go zone. Yeah, just leave it.
Okay.
Because there are people who will come, even in church, they want to know, hey, how did you sleep? You know, there are those people who are investigators. They even know where your bed is. They want to be everywhere. But there are those boundaries, even children, not only for us as a couple, even our children, we're able to set boundaries for them. We know where are they going, with who, why. They would rather be in our company than be anywhere else that we are not.
Okay.
So we are able to know, and it is very rare will you find people in our home. If they come with a purpose.
Okay.
And at an appointed time. So they are not able to interact just too much. We have our space.
Okay.
There is what is our space.
All right.
And when they are welcome, it's fine. We are open to them. But also stories about us.
You guard your space, you guard your privacy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But see, you know, we are in the digital space, which we cannot run away from.
Yes.
You're both on social media?
Yes.
There's also this thing of social media friends. And you find there are couples who have actually fought, probably even separated because of social media friends. That anytime Pastor Ruth posts, for example, I like, or Pastor Wekesa posts, me I love, in fact I put a love heart, nini. What is your take on that? Because you find as a couple tunakasirikiana because of your social media friends. Hizo ni comments gani, things like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it is good. First of all, you need to know that your marriage comes first. And you see, sometimes when we are seeking for likes and what, not everything you see from the social media might be maybe what people are commenting there.
Yeah.
because sometimes you want to see what people are commenting or what people are saying, and sometimes you as a person, you need to take care of yourself and don't allow those things to get in your head.
Okay.
And also for the other partner, there are things that maybe they are just existing in your head, and you are cooking things in your mind that are not existing. Maybe someone has just maybe put
a
that
compliment.
It's just a compliment and nothing
Beyond that.
Yes, so it depends on what you don't need to be insecure with your partner, because the more you entertain insecurity, the more it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
Yes,
True.
the more you are saying I don't trust, it's like you attract that thing into your space.
Okay.
And with time I've realized when you give someone space, even your partner, to be who they are, you realize they will become even genuine to you.
Very true.
But when they know it's like you are monitoring every comment,
Yeah.
aliandika hivi kwa nini? Who is this to you? So even when that person was not thinking anything, you start putting
ideas.
Oh, yes. But sometimes I think it's good. Yes, let people comment.
Yeah.
But wewe jielewe, just know who you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And I think even there we need also the boundary.
The boundaries.
Yeah.
And I've said, friends reveal. Yes.
Yeah.
They reveal who you are.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
Ndio mtu afike mahali aweke kitu fulani, pia inaweza kuwa ina reveal ya kwamba maybe you have been relating with that person
Behind the scenes.
To a certain
level.
Ndio amekuwa free to.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pastor Ruth, what are some of the qualities, even with these friends, the the single, the elders, what are some of the qualities that you look out for as a couple, probably you just as yourself?
Yeah.
The qualities you look out for in a friend to say that now this is a good friend.
Yeah. First of all, I would say about people who fear God. People who are genuinely born again, because not everybody, especially in our circles that in church, not everybody is really born again. So you have to have observed their lives. They have values. They respect one another. They love one another. They're able to. They are people who are Christ-centered.
Right.
That would be the biggest
Quality.
tick. Yeah, quality. If they are Christ-centered,
Right.
then they will draw you to Christ the more.
True.
And they will also want you to be safe, because Christ, even when you are going through trouble, there are those people Christ will say, the Holy Spirit will help them even pray for you. The people who look at you and say, no, this is not the lady we know. They are able to raise you up.
Right.
People, like my husband said, people who would lay down their lives for us.
Yeah.
People who we can trust our children with, just because we have seen how they live. People we realize spiritually they are higher than us. Those are the qualities we look at.
Okay.
People who are also learned more than we are. People who are above us in many things.
Okay.
So those are the qualities, and there are also those who are maybe not financial or what would I say, material wise. They may be lower, but they have golden hearts, wisdom. There are those who are older.
Yeah.
They'll be able to say no.
Okay.
Being a wife, this is how you become a good wife.
True.
For a husband, this is how you become a good husband. So the qualities that are Christ-centered,
Okay.
because we are Christians,
Yeah.
those would all around.
Okay.
That is what we look into.
Fantastic. And let me just run into our socials, because there's one long comment, but I believe it's something. Let's just go through it from someone called Jade. Jade says, praise God, brethren. I'm Jade listening all the way from Nyamira. I wish I knew about all the things you're saying right now. I would still have a marriage. What's the author of the song playing? Jade will respond to that. I would want to know, what does one do to salvage the situation when all is said and done and the marriage is ruined because of the extended family and exposure of what wasn't working? And how do you finally build on the trust, communication, and find a safe space to talk, trying to bring the marriage back? And also, there's Waimiri who says, hi Sally, I'm happy to hear my vocal teacher, Pastor Wekesa, teaching us about love and marriage. I miss his words of wisdom and encouragement during our morning classes at Talanta. Thank you, Pasi, for transforming my life. You are a true friend. Oh, Pasi, good job right there. Unaona matunda yako yanazungumza. You know, your actions are following you right here. Yeah, fantastic. Congrats for that. And asante sana Waimiri for that. Now, to Jade, probably we may want to respond to this because this is someone's marriage who it's already ruined, like he's saying, but he wants to salvage it and is asking, what are the solutions? I would want to know, what does one do to salvage the situation where the marriage was ruined because of extended family, one, and the exposure of what wasn't working, what we are saying here. Unaenda unatangaza, unakuwa injili, unajua unahubiri. How do you finally build on the trust and communicate and find a safe space to talk? Where should he start from? Who's taking that?
Okay, maybe we can share. I can start
sure.
I think I've seen the issue of the extended family. And one of the things that really can hurt your marriage very easily is the family, the extended family.
Yes.
Because you tend to trust, because you think we are a family.
Right.
And those boundaries, they are very, very important, including your own parents.
Right.
I know you love your parents. They are your parents. But now this is another institution.
Okay.
Your parents have maybe they have shaped their marriage the way they knew.
Yeah.
But this one is a very different institution. When you get married, your parents become an extended.
Actually, they are called extended.
They are called extended. So anything that they bring in you, they are extending. And sometimes, I'm not against the parents, but the Bible says, you shall live.
Yes.
And cleave. And I know they might mean good, but not everything that worked for them will work for you.
True.
Because even in the setup, like maybe let me say, maybe the way they grew, like now in the era of social media, the environment is everything
totally different.
Is totally different.
Yeah.
Our way of thinking, like not even my children, I'm looking at them the way they are thinking. You're not thinking the same. So their way of seeing things is very, very different.
True.
And sometimes one of the challenges when you become quick, when you're having conflict, to run to extended family, to your uncle, to your brother, to your sister. And you know what? The only thing they can tell you about you, if you go to your brother or sister, or because wanasemanga damu ni mzito kuliko maji.
True.
The only thing they can do with time is showing you how your partner is on the wrong.
Yes. Yes.
So with time you develop an attitude because wanakuvuta upande wao. Huyu ni kukuja alikuja. And then you are there, hey, by the way. And because you trust them, with time you realize that your knee is growing, the gap
widens.
It is widens because you keep on hearing. The Bible says that faith comes by hearing. So the more you hear, when you go to your house, I can tell you, you will start viewing that.
You look at that guy differently.
Suspiciously.
There is there's a meme that I get to see on social media. So something like what Pasi is saying. And when this person is, you see a pig. Yeah, have you seen that?
Yeah.
You just look at that person and actually this one. You get? Yeah. So it is true. But
true.
now Jed is asking, so how then, Pastor Ruth, do we build on the trust and communication and even find a safe space to talk and try to bring the marriage back?
Yeah.
Trust, communication,
Yeah.
and the safe space. How can he go about that?
Yeah. First of all, is the two of them. The biggest question is to the two of them because they had to leave. They have to leave. Are they willing to save the marriage? Is it only one person willing to save the marriage?
Okay.
Or it is the two of them? If the two of them are willing to save the marriage,
Right.
now they have to come out and shut every other. Look for a counselor. Someone who is not sided, one-sided, but can listen to the two of them.
Okay.
And help them unlearn things they have learned and relearn. Because marriage is work. Marriage is something we learn.
Yes.
Marriage is something that exposes our weaknesses, that exposes our strengths.
Right.
Now, maybe our brother
Jade.
is willing to save the marriage, but is the wife willing?
Yes.
If she is willing, now they have to shut the doors of every extended member.
And
For
external
now.
voices.
External voices.
Yeah.
And get into a place of, if they have a church and they know of an elderly, because what they have gone through, many people have gone through. It's not new. But there is a place of saving that marriage. There is a place. If all of them humble. Actually, one of the things that really makes many marriages not work is pride.
Pride.
It's pride. Nobody wants to be told, you see. But if they shut the extended voices, then humble themselves and say, okay, we are both willing to change. Look for a counselor, a pastor, someone who have knowledge on marriage and who is not one-sided. Then they can listen and help them solve the conflict if they are not able to solve the two of them. Because maybe the man had his weaknesses and the lady had their weaknesses. Maybe the way they were brought up, the lady was brought up or the man was brought up, there are many things that are not okay, but they don't know they are not okay. So they are maybe living the communication had issues because maybe of how they were raised and how they saw the other marriages. Now they need to relearn. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that you know how does a man talk and how does a woman talk. A wife, not a man. Okay, men are many. Husband, let's talk about mwanaume akiongea mwanamke anafaa afanye nini. You know, there are those things, the submission, the loving and the submission. I guess people really, and even in this case, once they're able to come into a place where someone else who is neutral will listen and tell the lady, no, when a husband talks, this is how you respond. And the man will say, because we are talking about communication, which is everything. Communication is everything. And the counselor will be able to tell the man, when a woman speaks, this is what she means. Because many times people hear different things. And that's why we have to keep really saying, did you really mean this? Because the way sometimes pastor will talk to me, and the way I'll hear it is not what he meant. So they are able to ask, did you really mean? Like now he would say, he could say something like, you're not looking good. Maybe I'm hearing, you are angry. And is it the way you hear things? And that is where communication breaks. So that's why I'm saying they need someone who is very neutral to come sit down with them and help them understand how when you say something, what did you really mean? That question of what did you really mean? So that their communication is built again. And I guess it is all understanding.
It is all communication, understanding, and the safe space is the church. Just because of time, because of time, and director is really, behind here, and we have to go into another program. I just want to say thank you so much, directors, for making time to be here. I really appreciate the both of you. You are here in very good time, and I will definitely want to host you again for another conversation. And to you, my viewer, my listener, thank you so much for your time, comment, compliment, comments, for just engaging us on this beautiful conversation. Asante sana to our partners wherever you are. You've been supporting us for the last 25 years, ensuring we bring you this beautiful content, very impactful and changing lives out there. I want to say asante sana. And if you want to be part of this partners, this community that is really creating an impact out here, you can do that by sending the word partner to 20316 SMS line or 0786 316 316, our WhatsApp line. And also, if you want to send your support, you can do that on paybill number 316 316, and the account number shall be your telephone number. God bless you and keep you. See you again next week by God's grace. Asante sin. See you then.